Can we use space junk to build our next space station? NanoRacks says yes, and NASA likes their plan. I'm Zach, this is ZakDTV, and we're going to take a look at this. NanoRacks is a company based out of Texas that's primarily known for their standardized racking system that's used on the space station. They also provide experiments, cubesat racking devices, cubesat launcher that's on the space station right now, and they even won a bid to be the first supplier of a commercial airlock on the ISS. So as you can see, they are trying to get their fingers into everything they can. And last year, NASA partnered with them through the Nextstep program to build floating habitats to put in orbit around the Earth and possibly the Moon. And in a recent interview with GeekWire, it sounds like they are on track to make this happen. So let's take a look at what NanoRacks wants to do. Their program, which started life as Ixion but is now known as Independent-1, plans to repurpose spent Centaur upper stages and turn them into floating habitats. They don't want to call them habitats though, they want to call them outposts. Now, the Centaur upper stage is a great platform for this. It has been in flight since the 1960s. This is the same upper stage that put the Surveyor landers on the moon before our moon landing. It was used to put the Voyager spacecrafts on their journey into our outer solar system, and it is still in use today, and seems like it will be for years to come. And this wouldn't be the first time that the Centaur rocket stage has been repurposed. They actually used a spent Centaur rocket to impact the moon on that L-Cross mission so they could analyze the dust that was kicked up. And it has even been suggested as a lunar base. So with such a long history of use, there are plenty of these stages floating around up there just as orbital debris, because anything that's not in low Earth orbit doesn't get deorbited. Okay, sure, there's a bunch of pre-made space stations just floating around up there above our heads, but how do you make them habitable? Well, NanoRacks' plan for this is to either have astronauts on the ISS refit these, get them drug over to the ISS to be remade, or they partnered up with MDA US Systems to put together a robotic crew that can refit these to human spaceflight standards. How cool is that? Now, what could all these orbiting space stations be used for? Well, there's plans to use them as possible modules for the existing ISS, possibly tug them out to the moon for the Deep Space Gateway. They could even be used for tourism or manufacturing. And Jeffrey Manber, the CEO of NanoRacks, told GeekWire that I look forward to being in a partnership with the commercial cargo folks, going to different orbits, different inclinations. Let's break free of having one orbit, one inclination. If we could show that it's possible, maybe we could supply the warehouses or the factories or the fuel depots for a space complex in lunar orbit or beyond. Right now, the biggest hurdle for this project is to actually take the Centaur second stage and build a full prototype of it here on Earth. According to the interview, it sounds like they're making progress, and Manber did say to expect news on it in the next couple months. And when asked about putting together a commercial outpost up in space, he said we'll have news on that within the year. So while his interview didn't give us too much of an update on their progress, it just shows that they're working hard on it. I thought it was a very cool idea and a great way to recycle some of the waste we've put up in space. And that's just my opinion, but I want to know yours. Is this a feasible idea? Do we really have the technology to make this possible? Or is this just a pipe dream? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. It'll help my channel grow. And if you're new here, subscribe so you know when I put out something new. Videos are out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, usually. So I hope to see you here again soon. And until next time, just have fun and be safe.